How's it going, y'all? Rowdy Riles back with another video. So I wanted to start showing off my shelves one by one. We did a room tour, but I wanted to get kind of more in depth with the collection and why it is the way it is and all that stuff. So I figured we could go through shelf by shelf, so like a whole shelf, and talk about why it is the way it is and why I like it. So yeah, with all that being said, we're getting started with the one directly behind me. We are going to do the comic book Marvel Legends shelf.
Behold, my stuff.
Ooh.
Avengers, assemble!
So we're gonna run through, I guess maybe a video. So we're gonna go over this whole shelf that we have, talk about it in detail, the thought process, a little bit like that. And obviously this is my Marvel Legends comic book shelf. It's a little crowded. I do need to get some more risers and stands and kind of like elevate some figures and all that stuff. But there's a lot going on here. Obviously, we have the main Avengers in the middle, going back to the Fantastic Four. And we kind of just have a bunch of teams built out here. We got some Defenders. We got some Midnight Suns. We got some West Coast Avengers. We got regular Avengers, we got, you know, one-off characters, all kinds of stuff. It was a lot of fun to build these kinds of shelves. Obviously, we customized. We got some cloth capes on Doctor Strange, Vision, and Wanda back there, and West Coast Avengers over here. Supernatural stuff. So, you know, we've got a lot of Marvel representation on just this one single shelf. I should probably put the wings on that Venom to explain why he's up in the air. Werewolf by Night is in the corner back there. I don't know if y'all can see him. But there's a lot going on. Like, it's very crowded. It's quote-unquote organized, but not really. I kind of just said, let me jam them all in there, team adjacent. And that's just kind of what I did. Like, we've got some S.H.I.E.L.D. in here randomly. But yeah, eventually there'll be a better solution. It's just one of those things where you have so many characters and limited space, and you want to keep it all cohesive as far as what the teams are and all that stuff, and you just kind of start running out of room the more figures you pick up, and that's just how the collecting game goes, right? And then moving down, Spider-Man is my favorite character of all time. So of course we have a dedicated Spider-Man Spider-Verse shelf, and pretty much everyone's represented here. We got symbiotes, we got different versions of Spider-Man, we got Superior, we got Iron Spider, we got Battle Damage, we got Regular, we got Miles, Ben, first appearance, you know, we've got all the villains. Spider-Man definitely has the best Marvel Rogues Gallery, of course. Like, you can't really compare as far as Marvel characters for, you know, Batman is probably only comparable Rogues Gallery in comics, just how many random bad guys there are that Spider-Man has faced since 1962 when he first appeared, which is crazy that it's been that long. But some of these guys are showing up in the new movie. We got Tarantula. I don't have Boomerang, actually. I feel like we might see Miles Warren in the movie, maybe, possibly. Scorpion is showing up finally after Michael Mandow showed up as Matt Gargan in Homecoming. So we're definitely coming full circle in some points in that movie. We got two different versions of the symbiote. So we got a cloth suit, and then we got the actual symbiote suit. That's why I have two versions on there. Of course, Carnage, Shriek, Venom, Agent Anti-Venom, Daredevil. You know, pretty much every villain and hero from Spider-Man that you would want is on this shelf. And we love it. X-Men time. A little more organized, a little less cluttered on the shelf, but we do have a lot of X-Men. I just got Kitty and Colossus. I actually have a couple of Wolverines, a couple of Jeans on the shelf, a couple of Storms. There are a couple of repeat characters, but not too many. Like, I like to keep it 1-to-1 unless it's Spider-Man. But, you know, sometimes you just want multiple versions of, because we got Brown Suit, we got Tiger Stripe, Jim Lee, we got Jean as, you know, Jean Grey. Then we got Phoenix Jean Grey. So yeah, there's multiple characters in here. But we have the old Juggernaut bath because the Gamerverse Juggernaut is on my Marvel vs. Capcom shelf, which we will get to at some point. We got Mr. Sinister, Omega Red, Sabretooth is back there. I do need an MVC Sabretooth, so that guy would stay on here, and when I get the bigger updated one, it would probably go on my MVC shelf. Gambit, custom Gambit, different head sculpt, different jacket. Of course, we got the Professor, Magneto, Psylocke, pretty much all the essential X-Men characters that you would need. Before we get to the bottom of the shelf, we've got the Marvel Universe Galactus, so the 3.75 scale, Silver Surfer, and Fire Lord. So we've got a couple of heralds.
Know me, mortal. Know me, and no fear.
Got you, don't worry. And then moving on to the actual rest of the villains, we've got some Hydra over here with Evil Cap in the front, AIM with the Super Adaptoid, we got an AIM Professor in there, we got some Hulk villains, Abomination Zemnu, Red Hulk leader, Dracula and Shikla, we've got the Dark Avengers, we've got the Cabal, Squadron Supreme, some bigger guys in the back like Kingpin, Ulik the Troll, Thanos, that new Red She-Hulk that's honestly terrible. The good Absorbing Man figure, the Bath, with actual interchangeable parts. Of course, we got Norman and Doom straight up front, the two biggest bads in the Marvel Universe, in my opinion. Always scheming, always trying to figure out a way for world domination and control. So, you know, always good to get more bad guys, but at the same time, my bad guy shelf is pretty full and it's pretty well covered. So now it's like most Legend stuff, it's just here or there. We need one or two, and we're pretty good. And then I have a small Savage Lands, starting with Zabu and Kazar, and then feathers my Bioposaurus? I don't know how to say it, but it's kind of a raptor. I was like, I'll just put him on the ground there next to Zabu and Kazar. And that is my Marvel Legends shelf showcase as far as the comic book ones go. Keep your head up, stay brave, be kind to local LGBTQ plus community. If you're protesting, be extra super duper safe. I love y'all. I will see you next time, and bye. Flex on the haters.
Return to
The mythical Walmart end cap.
Ah, Morty, you're still watching this crap, isn't this? Review figures and toys and stuff. Aren't you a little old for toys? Ah, geez, Rick, you know, I don't think you should call her a bitch, and I kind of like her videos, so maybe you should shut the up. Q, Morty. Q.